Hello, testing. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience as I've put the final touches on the stream here, because this is something different. Normally we don't have a webcam moment here looking at R.O.B, my new VTuber. Say hello, everyone. Say hello, R.O.B. Yes, from now on, every stream is going to be all R.O.B all the time. Thank you, Christian. I hope you're all having a great evening, and yeah, this is a special stream that I've been looking forward to doing, and just things have kept getting in the way, but tonight, we finally play this game that most people have probably not played, most people have probably heard of, but at the very least, you need a lot of equipment to actually experience it properly, so I hope that through the stream, I'm able to share that with all of you. Good evening, Yeast Bunny! Haven't seen you in a while, hope you've been well. Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one, I think. So I'm just gonna do a couple more things here, and we should be good to go. Hopefully the the screen is looking good. As of course, you're not just gonna be looking at R.O.B the whole time. We are going to switch over to actual gameplay. I've just kind of had this running here. That's the actual music you've been listening to. It hasn't just been like a recording. As I've been getting ready. No problem at all, Yeast Bunny. Just glad that you're doing well. So yes, let me demonstrate how R.O.B works to you all. So when you're in the game, or it doesn't really matter. There's a test mode, or when you're in the game, there's various ways to get R.O.B to move. You can get him to move to the left and right by using the first player controller. In fact, let me see here. When you do, so in the game, when you press start, the screen turns blue, and when it's blue, that is when you can input what you want R.O.B to do. You can't control your character at this time. In fact, now that I think about it, I forgot to update the description with the doctor's. It's Dr. Vector, isn't it? As I wanted to confirm his name before I started the stream. No, it's Dr. Vector is the second player's version. Well, it's Professor Hector is the main character. I had completely forgotten what his name was, so we're gonna update that right now. Nobody saw that. It's Prof. Hector. Perfect. So yes, when the screen is blue, that is when you're allowed to input things for R.O.B to do. So say right now, we pressed left. That gets R.O.B to move his arm to the left. Say we press start, which turns the screen blue, and then up. That is what gets R.O.B to move upwards. And I don't know if you can hear him on the microphone, but he's very crusty. Like, it sounds awful. He may explode by the end of the stream, but at least we had fun, right? I just called it Dr. X, exactly. More like Dr. Literally Who. There you go. But yes, the whole point of Gyromite is to pick up these guys here, which are called the Nintendo Gyros. When you set them inside of this thing, they start to spin. And then you can place them on top of these, and while they're spinning, they'll stay, which causes different things to happen on the screen. But of course, you're not supposed to do it with your hands, you're supposed to do it with R.O.B. You gotta put all those inputs in to control R.O.B to move, close in on the gyro, pick it up, move it over to the spinner, pick it up again, place it down on top of these panels. And yeah, so this is how it works, and that's what we're gonna be doing here today. The sad truth is that R.O.B games will never be on Nintendo Switch Online. There's actually a few black box games which are still not on there, which is rather curious. Of course, the light gun games make sense to not be on there. I mean, they could easily, program the light gun games to work with the Joy-Cons or something like that if they really wanted to. But of course, those aren't on there, and of course the robot games as well. R.O.B is truly one of the best Nintendo icons. That's true, despite the fact that, you know, most people have probably never actually used a R.O.B. So let me reset the game so that we get back to the beginning here. So there was pretty much no localization done for the robot game. That's why it's not called Gyromite on the title screen. It's literally just Robot Gyro. And the Stack Up game, which was the other game compatible with R.O.B. that was released in North America, was just known as Robot Block in Japan. And they didn't localize the title screens at all. And this actually played into Nintendo's favor when it came to having to use those converters during one Christmas where there was a shortage on circuit boards, because they were able to just, you know, use the Japanese boards with that converter and pass them off as North American games, and no one really noticed because they didn't localize the title screens anyway. You think the light gun games are coming? That would be really cool. But alright, so with that, pressing start on the title screen gives you test mode here. And there's going to be a lot of flashing during the screen. So, that did that. And then if you go to direct, you kind of just get to test out R.O.B. here with the different commands. Make sure everything is working correctly. So those seem self-explanatory enough. Can you hear R.O.B. on the screen? Can you hear him, like, crunching and about to snap? Because it doesn't sound so great. But that's a combination of it being, like I of course, you know, I didn't have a R.O.B. day one, so I can't tell you how loud or quiet he would have been to begin with. I feel like he was actually louder when I just, you know, got him set up before the stream and was testing him out. But not being used for a while probably causes him to, like, seize up, so... you know, I'm just happy that nothing is broken, but, you know, playing with him for the next few hours, we'll see if anything goes twang, or, you know, if he stands the test of time. He sounds like he's angry. Well, hopefully he's not too angry as we try to push him through 40 levels, and you can start from any phase you want. So, you know, it's not really a matter of playing through the game in one go. It just seems like it's a matter of beating each of the phases. So we're going to do that, see how many of the 40 phases in Game A we can get through tonight. The boy makes his sounds, don't shame him. Yeah, I hope we continue to get more games on Nintendo Switch Online. I know a few months ago we, you know, out of nowhere got a few more of them, which was really great. Because I always like to see, you know, more NES games show up on there, as it's my favorite console, of course. But with that, let's actually try the game. So the point of each level is to pick up all of the dynamite who have been set there by someone or another. So right now, I'm in front of a blue pipe and I can't do anything about it. So we're going to have to get R.O.B. to help us out. So we press start, press right. Once that screen is blue, and he'll move to the right. Press start again, press down, and he'll move down to being in front of that gyro. Press start, press B, he'll close in on the gyro. Press start, press up, he'll move up with the gyro. Is that high enough? I'm really afraid of, like, making R.O.B. move a direction that he can't move. I feel like the gears will probably explode if I did something like that, so we're gonna be extra careful tonight. Okay, no, he probably could have moved without having to go up that extra step. So now, you don't always have to make them spin. You can use them in other ways too. Like in this case, he's just holding the gyro. If we press start and press down, pushing the blue peg down will push the blue pipes down in the game. And that guy's stuck down there now, but we're going to want to press start to bring the screen blue again, push up, because when R.O.B. stops pushing down on that blue, on the blue piece, the pipes will go back up. And again, our goal is just to get all of the dynamite. So when you pick up that radish, if the gremlin guy runs into it, he starts eating it, and then you can run by him. And while he's doing that, we should try and do something like this. Alright, very good. And we want to lift that gate, so that the guy doesn't come get us. Perfect. And you can't jump at all. Like this guy, he's an old man. He can't do nothing. And what does... So you can also press select. So select pauses the game. This is the very scary thing. Pressing start turns the screen blue, and that's what allows you to then input R.O.B commands. But if you press select, it actually pauses the game. But get this, if you accidentally press start while the game is paused, it takes you back to the main menu, and you lose everything. But the button you're going to think to press to get out of pause is start, but you have to press select, or it will take you back to the main menu. It's kind of a design flaw. But there you go, everyone. That's the first level of Gyromite. How many people have actually seen that before? That's probably like the furthest I've played. So the rest is all new. And it doesn't look like it gets any easier from here. Oh boy. So there's also a game B, and game B is actually completely different. Professor Hector is sleepwalking, and he constantly walks forward, and you have to perform different movements with R.O.B, pushing the buttons up and down to get him safely to the end of the screen. So we'll check that out if we have some time after playing through as much of the game A as we can. It doesn't seem rather tedious. It's not too bad. It's a lot to handle. It's actually really fun, you know, looking at the screen and trying to figure out what to do here, while also trying to kind of concentrate on what R.O.B is doing. Let's see, this guy's coming at me, so I don't want to do a thing yet. But yeah, I'm just being very careful. I don't want to do anything with R.O.B that I'm gonna regret. Because, like, you can, like say R.O.B his arms are already up as high as you can go. You can try and get him to move up again, and it will make a terrible sound. Sorry, yeah, I'm already... So you can press select. And while the game is paused, we can kind of analyze just what the heck we're trying to do here. I thought, you know, maybe going across the top was the solution you wanted to do, but... Is there fall damage in this game? That's a good question. I don't know. And if I go to, like, the very bottom... Yeah, I can get back to that middle level with that rope on the right. So I think that's what we want to do. So we want to go right now. Fall damage, yes or no? Yes, no fall damage. So many old games seem to like having fall damage, like Donkey Kong, and it's just like so annoying. But no, this isn't overly tedious, but at the moment we're only using one of the gyros. Just wait until we have to, you know, put them into the spinner and start juggling. That's gonna get tough. There you go, level 2 down. Yeah, yeah, the Angry Video Game Nerd kind of just like Frankenstein 2 NES controllers together, because that's the thing. Let me explain this to you as soon as I can pause the game. Is that you don't need R.O.B at all to play this. Oh, wait, why? Why? Why did he just move down? Okay, I don't think I did that, but it's kind of scary. Again, R.O.B could combust at any moment. He's old. Like, it's incredible that it's like 40-year-old technology still running. So fingers crossed it will keep working. But the thing to note is that you don't need R.O.B at all to actually play this game. This is just the second player controller right here. I should get to my streaming software because there's a delay on the YouTube portion of it. So yeah, this is the second player controller that sits in a tray here. And all these red and blue buttons do is push down these little levers that then push into the A and B buttons on the second player's controller. So you can actually just take the second player's controller out and push those A and B buttons yourself to get the same effect as going through all this work with R.O.B. You know, it's just supposed to make it more fun going through all the, you know, the song and dance with R.O.B. So, yeah, it's funny that he doesn't actually plug into the NES at all. All of the things that you do with him are just pushing the A and B buttons on the second player NES controller. This thing right here takes a D battery in order to operate, and R.O.B takes 4 AA batteries, which is still better than the Virtual Boy, which took 6. So, you know, take what you will. Even Bubsy had fall damage, right? Oh, I think, you know, the first game I was going to say the first game I ever played that had fall damage, but that wouldn't be true because I did play Donkey Kong and such beforehand. But the game I always associate fall damage with is Mario 64. I think for obvious reasons, because you're always falling off ledges in that game that result in you getting hurt. So, you know, right from the get-go, you think of fall damage as like a 3D game thing. Banjo-Kazooie has it, every 3D game's gonna have it. But I don't like fall damage as a 2D game thing. And I think most people will agree. It's like, you know, keep that... Like, 3D I can kind of understand, because games are kind of trying to be a little more realistic now, running around in 3 dimensions, but it doesn't feel right when 2D characters get hurt from fall damage. It just really doesn't. Okay, so... What was the thing here? He unfortunately doesn't say stay centered on screen. So you kinda don't always know exactly what's going on. Okay, I'm gonna put this... Actually, that's fine. I was gonna say I was gonna put that radish down, but the red gate came back up and stopped him from getting this anyway. So how's the stream looking, everyone? Can you understand what R.O.B's doing? Is the... That didn't push anything down, huh? I'm kind of afraid to move him down again, like... Okay. Oh, did I not set the... Okay, my bad. No! I pressed start while it was paused! No! I did the thing you're not supposed to do! Whose idea was it that if you press start while the game is paused, it goes back to the menu? Who thought that was a good idea? Was it you, Miyamoto? You know, I thought Sticker Star was a bad idea. So basically, what I unfortunately did was when I took the controller out to demonstrate that to all you, I didn't set it back in the cradle properly. There you go. So that's why it wasn't working. That is so bad. So I can do Game B now? Everyone just wants a quick demonstration of Game B. So like I said, in Game B, Professor Hector is just constantly sleepwalking. So you don't have to press start in this one to change the color of the screen, because you don't control Professor Hector anyway. So every time you press up, down, left, right, A or B, it just operates R.O.B. And he walks very slowly. And there's apparently like 25 levels of this, so... Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I gotta lift him up higher than that. I say as I do the exact same thing again. But yeah, this is Game B. It's overall a lot slower and not as exciting as Game A. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, before I break something... You were just thinking of modern Paper Mario when I mentioned Miyamoto. Hello, Block Frog. But okay, we gotta get back on track here. We were at level 3, and then the dumb freaking thing made me go back to the main menu. We were just about to beat level 3 too, which is like really disappointing. Because I was excited to see how far we could go without, you know, so, you know, with that said, we're starting from phase 1 again. I want to see how far I can get. So I'm gonna stop, stop fooling around and let's take this seriously now. But so far the game's been pretty easy. I'm curious to see just how difficult it gets. I guess it didn't really matter which order I got those in. It's legit easier to press the button cradle with your feet, but then you wouldn't be playing it the right way. Game B is still better than the Power Glove games, true. But I think what I was saying was hopefully everyone can see everything that's going on alright. I don't think the image is too small in the top right there. I think I got it set up pretty well. And you see, you can crush these guys too, so if you want to get more points, that's what you want to do. He's gonna go over there. I'll admit, this is actually really fun. It's really fun thinking about what movements you're gonna make in the game, while also trying to think about what movements you need to make as R.O.B at the same time. You know, people will probably cut this game up a lot, and I don't blame them for it, and it's like very bizarre and awkward, but it's actually pretty darn awesome. And okay, back to phase 3, where we were before I accidentally quit out of the game, which is really dumb. Another game that you can quit out of is Hudson Hawk. And you don't want to quit out of Hudson Hawk accidentally when you're like right at the end of the game. Is he coming up at me? Alright. Alright, we're now farther than we've ever been before. Rolling Rock on the Rolling Rocker. Next stream, I'm playing Gyromite on the Rolling Rock. Can you imagine playing Gyromite instead of the first player's controller? You're using the Rolling Rocker? I don't want to imagine that, I don't think. But alright, so I'm guessing eventually things are gonna get trickier. Oh, because look at here. Now we have to have both the blue and... Okay, don't press start. Don't press start. And the red buttons pushed down at the same time, which means we're going to have to put one of them into the spinner. And then while that one is spinning, we got to run all the way over to the other side and pick up the other one. So how do we want to do this? And I need to look at R.O.B and calculate all this while I'm also making sure I don't get killed on screen. Interesting, interesting. Jack Green, use the U-Force. How many weird peripherals can you use in like one game? That's the question, right? You just associate this music with AVGN? I totally get that. Okay, so select. So here we go. I'm looking over at R.O.B. I'm making sure I'm lifting him high enough. I don't want anything to get jammed. Okay, that's not a good sound. But that's 40-year-old toys for you. So there you go. We're now spinning the gyro in the spinner. And make sure it's going nice and fast. Alright, we're going to lift that out. Lift that. Oh, shoot. Wrong way. Put that over here. Move that down. Press A to open up his hands. Oh, but I dropped it. I guess, I gotta reset that. Oops. Ah. 1 second here. Alright, I think that's good. Gotta get this back in here. Perfect. Try the laser scope. Everything at once, right? Okay, so let's try this again. I'm gonna lift this one up really high to get it over the other gyro. Alright, perfect. We've cleared that. Keep on moving to the left. And let's try this again. There's got a way to be to 3D print replacement parts for R.O.B. Yeah, that would be great. I feel like, you know, there are probably a lot of R.O.Bs out there with a lot of broken pieces, so that would be really good. The gyros actually have like a metal plate on top. That's what makes them a little bit heavy, and makes them balance. They're not completely plastic. So those would be a little harder to replace. But Tuxedo Earth, hello everyone! And Rob is a work in progress. Absolutely, but okay. So you really gotta make sure that thing is going like 100 miles an hour. And now let's try this again. So if you drop it from too high, I guess it won't spin. So let's go low, open. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. So, did anybody, like, grow up with R.O.B when it first came out? Can you confirm if it was always this loud? Like, he seems to be working great, even though he's very chunky. Yeah, he made a Gyromite controller, right? Which would probably be smart. I mean, I could very easily just, like, operate the second player's controller without making a Frankenstein thing like that. But okay, there you go! We've actually opened both doors at once! Yes! And that's level 4, everyone! So we actually had to get a gyro spinning in order to do that, and that's why it's called Gyromite, because they spin. As a kid, when you played Mario Kart DS, you were like, R.O.B? Oh god, the levels are getting way more complicated. What am I even looking at here? And, I should take advantage of the fact that that red gate is down already. Like, I doubt you're expected to reset the position of everything every single time a new level starts. Like, that would just be, How am I supposed to get up there when that guy's doing all that? And eventually that, That gyro on top of the red button is going to stop, and it's going to cause all sorts of issues. Like, it will just fall off at any moment. Probably the moment when I'm trying to get by it. Alright, we did it. How do you deal with that? Like that, I guess. Okay, level 5! Made easier because of the fact that we were already set up for this after level 4. U-Force Championships games. It was never officially released, but does it have a prototype out there? Because I would consider that. Like when the AVGN put his cat on the rolling rock. There you go. But there you go. I had it spinning really well because it's been going now for a couple minutes. I love it. What do I do? I guess I'm going down here. Okay, so now we actually want the red one to go up. So I'm actually just gonna pause until that thing falls. And you can see that the table I'm using has like a lip around it because you really don't want these gyros to hit the floor. Let's see, it's wobbling. It's wobbling. Oh, and there it goes. And then you manually have to, put it back. We'll put it in that one. And there you go. That is, the essence of Gyromite. And that guy just got crushed. And there you go, looks like we have an easy victory coming up. I have tried the Miracle Piano Jack Green, not on stream, but I did about half of the lessons, and it was actually a lot of fun. Piano is always an instrument I've been fascinated by, and I would love to learn, so the fact that my favorite console has... Estrella Garcia, thank you so much for the subscription. Really appreciate that. But yeah, the fact that my favorite console has a learning tool for an instrument that I find kind of neat is always something I've thought was pretty neat. So the green lightning. Unfortunately, it's a lot to explain. But I guess I'll try and go over it every once in a while. Is that we are controlling Professor Hector on the screen, while at the same time we have R.O.B over here, and we have to control him to open and close the colored gates on screen. You have a red button and a blue button, which R.O.B is currently pushing down, and when that's pushed down, the gates of the same color close, but when it's not pushed down, those gates are open, so you have to maneuver R.O.B by, when you press the start button, you can input what you want him to do into order, to help you open and close whichever gates you need. You're going back to 1985/6, when your brother and sister would both play Gyromite. That's so cool, Jason Bratcher. Was R.O.B always as loud back then? Or is that like just, he's getting old and crusty? If anyone's tried Super Glove Ball with the Rolling Rocker. Yeah, like, there's stack up, but what else would they do with R.O.B, right? Because that's the thing, is that, all these pieces, like, the spinner, this thing here, they all detach. And when you play stack up, there are other things that attach into the 5 grooves that surround R.O.B. So there's, it was really limitless what they could make to go in there. It's just a matter of coming up with a cool game, right? But okay, I'm gonna unpause by pressing select. Is this guy coming to murder me? He is too. Okay, but he'll stop on that even though I didn't pick it up. Good. So let's figure out the level here. I need to go up there and get those 2. And I need to get like 3 things over there. Okay. And that enemy up there, what's he doing? I don't want, Okay, that guy's going the other direction, which is good. So I just moved R.O.B up so that he wasn't pushing down on the blue button anymore, and that was what raised those gates. Oh, I gotta go over there and do a whole shindig. Okay, we're gonna move R.O.B to the left and get him to push down the red button so that I can go over here. Now I want him to push down the blue button so that I can climb back up, or actually it doesn't matter. I can climb up this way. Okay, so I need to push down the blue button again. Oh, I should have picked up the radish. That's what I should have done. So I'm gonna go back and get that. You get 999 seconds to beat each level, which is like a lot of time. They're not like real seconds, but close enough. So we'll push that down. I'll put this here. I'll lift that back up, because this isn't gonna crush me, I don't think. And then I can climb across and get the dynamite. At least R.O.B isn't as loud as the Dreamcast disc drive. That's a hilarious comparison, but I can't even deny it. Alright, in this level, looks like we're climbing up. Because again, you can't jump in this game. Professor Hector has really, brittle knees in his old age. And he can't jump whatsoever. So we're going to climb up those ropes, at the very least, and get up to there. So let's do that. And I'm going to lower the blue button so that I can get up to there. No, I need to lower the blue button and then stand on this pipe while it moves back upwards. This is awkward. This is the first really kind of awkward level we've seen, I think. And it's always a matter of like trying to figure out, okay, so that guy is eating that. Oh, but you can't press start to operate R.O.B while you're hanging onto a rope. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. We somehow survived. I'm not entirely sure how, but somehow we survived. Now, I guess if you fall down into that hole in the bottom left, you just have to wait for time to run out and die. Seems kinda ridiculous. Okay, so there's lots of dynamite around here. And what order should we be doing things? We need to go down there for the grand finale. I should get that dynamite and then lower the red button. Might as well pick this up. And I can do something like that. But I can't reach the rope, so I'm gonna have to lower the blue one again. Okay, and that leaves one more, it looks like. Oh, wait, okay. I should go down here. And I should lift that up. Thankfully, those guys can't, like, jump either. Their pattern's very easy to understand. And just like that! What level number is this even? It doesn't even show it on screen until you're, like, between levels. Alright, level 9 out of 40, so we're getting there. Let me just have a look at the chat here. Is it possible to have Nintendo Switch Online NES controller be the controller that R.O.B uses? Maybe it's possible to make a game builder garage game that uses it. That would actually be really cool. I have the Nintendo Switch Online controller, and it's very similarly shaped to the original thing, as you'd expect, so I've never tried fitting it into the tray, but maybe. He can't jump, but can climb ropes, which seems more taxing. That's a good point. Oh, Jason Bratcher! Wow. I'm sorry to hear that. The Green Lightning! Yeah, thank you for stopping by. We're a quarter of the way home, exactly. Diego, welcome! We're just hitting the second quarter of Gyromite here. 999 seconds. By the time you've gotten up, made a sandwich, sit back down, you still have plenty of time to help the professor. Yeah, so far, time has not been an issue. So let's look left and right here. I know this is probably not the most exciting part of playing the game, but yeah, puzzle games like this, you gotta stop and think before you act, or else you'll regret it later. So the first thing I think we're gonna do is the upper left dynamite. So what I could do is, I could go up there and try and deal with that guy, or I could be really evil and try and crush him. Like that. Now I don't need to worry about him at all. Alright, and then it seems like there's just like 2 freebies down here, so I guess we'll take these ones. The instruction manual mentions something about sometimes items being invisible. So there's like a part of me that's tempted to just like go to every nook and cranny and see if anything happens, but then also no. I'm not gonna push it. All right, there's actually no more enemies now. Wow. Okay, so it's just if as long as we don't run out of time somehow, level 9 is pretty much ours. And see, I could spin one of the gyros again to just keep one of the gates down all of the time. But that seems like more work than just doing it this way. Jason Bratcher, it's your first time turning into a stream by accident. Well, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. Really hope you're enjoying the stream. This is a game I assume most people have probably not seen much of before. Like, we've all seen reviews of it, like the Angry Video Game Nerd and such, but how many people have streamed this? I did a quick look, and I don't think anybody has actually streamed Gyromite before, so I can claim I'm the very first person, and I don't just mean like, turn the game on and mess around with it. I mean like actually setting up R.O.B and like playing it legit. I don't think anyone has ever streamed this before, so I can claim I'm the first person. Remember vaguely about various items being invisible in this game. Not to mention the fake reactions. You wonder what Gyromite Unveiled would be like? There's a question. Anthony, welcome, Anthony. When you said nook and cranny, it reminded me of when Edgeworth said, I won't rest until I've searched every suspicious nook and cranny. There you go. This is now Edgeworth Plays. Miles Edgeworth Plays Gyromite. That'd be a stream. Do I need to order a Miles Edgeworth cosplay? That would actually be hilarious. Just all of my streams, all of my videos, I just cosplay as Miles Edgeworth for some reason. That would be so arbitrary and weird. Okay. Looks like we're starting by putting the blue pipe down. And now, do I want to jump down here? How do you get that red dynamite? How? Because you're going to get mushed. Maybe, like, can I move, I guess, while the pipes are moving? I don't normally think about it. Like, I can... Like, do you actually have to jump off the pipe before it crushes you to get that? That seems kind of mean. Yeah, this might be our first death. This is kind of scary. I have no idea what is going on here. Okay, well that guy got destroyed. I don't get that dynamite. Unless the point is... Is he gonna come left? There you go. Murdering these green guys one at a time. Tecmo Super Bowl recordings, very nice. Good luck with those. Okay, so... like, what do I do here? Can you jump off? Which way is he gonna go? Okay. I've been afraid of doing something like that. Moving him in a way you're probably not supposed to move. I think we're all good, though. That's the really scary part about R.O.B, is... you can just, like, move him in a direction that there's something blocking him, and it's not at a point where it's, like, you know, it's smart enough to know that you should not do that. I am always afraid of, like, snapping something. And I had the start button pressed and pressed left, meaning to move Professor Hector that direction, and then R.O.B kind of started moving that direction. I think it was just kind of like a click, though. I don't think anything actually broke. Alright, everyone. Don't play with your 40-year-old toys. They belong in a museum. No, I remember one time someone watched, like, one of my room tours. They're like, oh, everything's behind glass. Video games were meant to be played, not just kind of collected. And no, I played all my stuff. You know, with, like, very rare exceptions of, like, things that probably shouldn't be played with. But, you know, in this case, I would probably be smart to put R.O.B and, you know, never touch him again. But here we are, having fun instead. R.O.B went rogue. There you go. In before become an Edgeworth VTuber. No, R.O.B is my VTuber. That was what I said at the beginning of the stream. R.O.B is my new VTuber. Every stream, R.O.B will now be in the corner. Okay, but no. I had something I was trying to do before the disaster happened. Thankfully, he still seems to work pretty good. Okay, so if can I jump off? Okay, you can jump off like that, so I just gotta time it right, I guess. Okay, that feels really bad, but it worked. Extreme Wreck, you're welcome! I'm really happy that, you know, everyone's checking out the stream, and I hope that you're enjoying it. Thank you so much. You know, without everyone stopping by and joining along, I wouldn't be here doing this, so thank you. And if you're someone who has just happened to come across this randomly, and you like what you see, please, why did I go over there? It's just a radish. You know, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps out the channel. And gets this out to more people who might, you know, enjoy it as well. But okay, this was a really ridiculous, convoluted level, but I think we got it done. Thank you, Tuxedo Earth. Phase 11, we're officially a quarter of the way through. There's another robot named R.O.B the Robot. It seems like a very generic name for a robot. Like, I guess, like, is R.O.B his name? Or it's like, it stands for Robotic Operating Buddy, right? So, like, I guess that's his name, but I guess R.O.B for short. Ugh. Nintendo, what did you do? But alright, this is a weird one. I feel like... okay, no, I could... Huh. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is this. And then we want to lower the blue gate. Like that. And then if I stand on this and raise it, we do that. If I go down and get that radish, I don't think I can get back onto the rope. And it looks like going to the bottom of the screen is kind of a death sentence. No, so I could go over to the right and raise that. What is that in the bottom right? Oh, that's a dynamite, but there's a guy stuck in there? How does that work? Huh. Okay. What's going on here? If I drop down and get that dynamite, then I'm stuck in that same kind of area as the green guy. You know what? I got the instruction manual right here. What is the official name for the green guys again? I don't play all that much Gyromite, so I'll admit it slipped my mind. They are called the SMIC. Is that a word you're still allowed to say? It sounds like there's probably something wrong with it. But okay, they're SMICs anyway. Eats turnips and bites professors. Whoa. That's evil. But okay, so... R.O.B is a goofy curiosity, but other than that, yeah, I mean... I'm having fun. I think that there's some value here in terms of like, it's a neat game. It's weird though, and I don't blame people who like aren't on eBay right now buying a set so that they can play it. But that was what I did back in the day. The first thing I ever really collected was Virtual Boy. It was the summer of 2006, and I was on a WarioWare kind of tear. Like, I was just playing not WarioWare, sorry, Wario Land. Big difference there. Wario Land tear. I was playing every single Wario Land game that I owned. I 100% of them, so I had 100% Wario Land 1, Wario Land 2, Wario Land 3, Wario Land 4. And the only Wario game I hadn't played was Virtual Boy Wario Land, so I went to eBay, and I should be thinking about what's going... Oh, no! Whoa, that was a thing. Whoa. Oh, no, what is happening? Okay, so what is with this at the bottom here? Can I just like jump down there and get that? Because he's on top of the dynamite, right? I don't think I can drop a... Okay, well, like... Okay. Whoa. That was fun. Like, you diss R.O.B all you want. That was fun. That was pretty cool. But see, I'm trying to tell my stories. That's the thing. Normally, I'm telling my stories, but I'm playing the game at the same time. Now, not only am I playing, but I have to control R.O.B too. So that's like doing 3 things at once instead of my normally 2 things at once multitasking. That was awesome, though, Clutch. Thank you. But, see, the first thing I ever really collected was Virtual Boy, and that happened because I really wanted to play Virtual Boy Wario Land. So I went to eBay back then, and, like, you know, I didn't really, have my own credit card or anything at the time, so I had to get my parents to help me buy things on eBay, and they were always like, someone's gonna steal our credit card. So what we ended up doing was we used money orders. We actually sent like a check through the mail back in the day to buy things off of eBay. You had to check each listing individually to see if they would accept money orders. And I bought a Virtual Boy with 6 games for $60. And one of those games were, of course, Virtual Boy Wario Land. And I was like, oh yes, now I can finally play it. It was so awesome. And then I realized, 6 Virtual Boy games, that's almost like 50% of the entire Virtual Boy library already. So I thought, just for fun, I'm going to get the rest of the games, because they all range from like a couple of dollars to like $20. With the only really expensive one being Jack Brothers, which at the time was $50 instead of like the $500+ it is today. So I had to really break the bank when I got to that one game remaining in order to buy Jack Brothers, which I thought was like, whoa, that's a lot to spend on a Virtual Boy game. And of course, now it was a great investment. Oh, you were checking out, Yeast Bunny. Thank you for checking out the stream. Hope you have a great night, and if you can come back, hope to see you later. Yeah, my Strange Mario Brothers stream is definitely a weird one. But I love old ROM hacks like that. Just let me actually grab a drink here for a second as we examine what do we want to do in this level. It looks like that dynamite in the bottom left is probably the one you want to get first. There was going to be like a James Bond Virtual Boy game. There was like a lot of weird stuff slated to be released for the Virtual Boy, but you know what was released for the Virtual Boy? Waterworld. Of all games to for some reason get a Virtual Boy release, Waterworld on the Virtual Boy. It's just the perfect mix of like 2 extremely bizarre things. The funniest part though is that someone actually made a complete fan game out of the Waterworld arcade game joke in The Simpsons. So I've been seeing that lately, and that's pretty funny. I'm getting that in my recommended. Oh, you can climb up even if the rope's not... Okay, so it can be a little bit above you, and you can still grab onto it. Well, that's good to know. What am I doing? So, once I go to that left side of the screen, I can't come back. So I have to get all of the dynamite here now. Okay. Imagine a Virtual Boy port of Doom. Wasn't there supposed to be like Doom or something on Virtual Boy at one time? Or did someone do that as like a fan game? Homebrew. Okay, that's how that works. Yeah, I get the feeling it'd be pretty bad all around. Okay, so now I think it's just like smooth sailing right to the end. Like this red one... Oh, I'm gonna have to spin. I think I need to spin here, because I need both the blue and the red down at the same time. So, alright. You know, it's funny that the spinner seems like such like an important part of the game. Meanwhile, we've used it like, what, twice now? In 12 levels? Maybe it'll become more frequent as the game goes on. You know, there's a part of me that really likes using the spinner and finds it really neat, but it's also like, you know, it's just more opportunity for something to break. But there it goes. You know, it's funny, when I first put that D battery into the spinner getting ready for the stream, what? Do you hear that? It's gonna blow! The gyro wasn't actually spinning when I put it into the spinner. I had to take it out and put it in a couple times before it started working. So, you know, again, things seize up, I guess, if you don't use them for a while. So this might actually be good for R.O.B. Giving him a bit of a workout after he hasn't had one in a while. Oh, no. And then we gotta book it all the way over to the right. It's a race against time because that gyro will gradually lose speed. But okay, I think we got it. And that will give us access to the last two. So now you know why they give you so much time, because when you're moving the, you know, R.O.B around that much and spinning things, it can really eat up your time. You really liked it when R.O.B said, "It's spinning time," and then spinned all over everyone. Truly one of the robots of all time. Agreed. Okay, okay. So let's take advantage of R.O.B, you know, of that red gyro spinning already. They give you a lot of radishes, and it's like there are not that many bad guys you have to worry about. How do you do this? Oh, something like that, I guess. But now what do I do? Maybe I should have saved that one for last. Maybe that should have been the last one I got. Huh. Oh no! Well, it worked. But there you go. Dr. Hector, dead. Okay, I didn't think it was gonna work, which is why I wasn't thinking too much about the enemy. It's still spinning, right? Isn't that cool? It goes for a good while. But okay, now that we know how to play the game, I don't know why R.O.B is making that sound, because I didn't do anything. But alright. I don't know if there's a way to get your 1-ups back in this game, or what. Or if it's just like you get 5 and that's it. But there you go, Gyro out. Okay, well, now I know why they give you so many radishes, I guess. If they will just walk by, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'll have to do some crazy thing where I get them to eat the radish. But it looks like they're just going on by. So now we can go... Oh shoot, I forgot the dynamite up there. Whoops, okay, no, not up again. We want him to go left. And then down. And then down. There you go. Unfortunately, we lost our first life, but... You can't imagine the speedrun with R.O.B. Has anyone ever speedrun this game? That's actually a really good question. Like, again, I think I'm the first person to ever actually stream this game. You know, playing with R.O.B. and doing it according to the book. But has anyone ever speedrun it before? That's a fascinating question. I like that that structure over to the right is made out of the bricks, unlike the, you know, the metal that everything else is made out of. What do we do here? So I can get that one. Drop down. This is weird. This is a weird setup. I feel like we're going to need to spin. That has to be the last one that you get, because once you go down there, you're not coming back. Might as well pick up this. There's never, like, a reason to not have a radish in your hands, I guess. Okay. Also, this guy has to go back. There we go. Unfortunately, you gotta reset it yourself. Okay, what button do I press to unpause? Select. Whoops, my bad. You don't think you could tool-assisted speedrun this? Well, you could, because, again, that's the thing about R.O.B. is that, remember, all R.O.B. is doing is pushing the A and B buttons on controller 2. That's all of this is for, is just to push buttons on the second player controller. So you don't need R.O.B. If you could easily just yourself push the A and B buttons when you need to, or get a friend to do it. Or if you're tool-assisted speedrunning, like, you know, you can easily push A and B yourself. All of this is just like extra unneeded stuff that's supposed to make the game more fun. Real-time speedruns could very well be possible. Yeah, I would be very fascinated to see people speedrun this game. Someone has definitely tried that. There you go. But okay. So what I'm actually going to need to do is spin this one. I'm a little bit worried about this guy. I don't know what determines if they climb up the ropes or not, because sometimes it seems like they're coming right after you. And other times it seems like they just don't care. So, you know, if he doesn't care, then that's fine with me. Listen to that thing go. Hopefully you can hear it. That's an epic sound. I just hope it doesn't blow up. Alright, before it combusts... Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now we just gotta turn, get the other one. Alright, so I spent a lot of time right there. What? I did not consider this. So I actually have to get rid of the red one? That sucks! I have it spinning so beautifully! So what I can actually do right now is like A. And there it goes. One second. Alright, there we go. So with that, the red one is still spinning. So I can move over to where it is. Whatever I do, don't go back to the home screen by mistake, right? Okay, so if I close in on that, and then I can lift it up. And it keeps spinning. Like, it's really cool how the part that R.O.B picks up doesn't stop the rest of the gyro from moving. Now, I feel like I just gotta crush this guy. That's all you can really do. Or I could put down the thing, too. I guess. Alright, there we go. Somebody did a speedrun of Super Glove Ball on real hardware. There you go. Alright, this is getting more complicated here. So, okay, the first thing you gotta do is climb up here and grab this. So, what you can actually do is when R.O.B is moving, pause the... I did not do that. I did not tell R.O.B to move down there, which is kind of weird. Weird. Okay, well, that counted then. Even though I never actually told him to do that. Like, can you input multiple commands? Like, I wonder if I gave him, like, 3 commands, and even if he wasn't done doing the first one, if he would do the following ones. You could just give him, like, 40 commands to remember? I doubt that works, though. You might consider making Unveil the running gag. Insane, hello! Hope you're having a great evening. But okay, let's see. What have we got here? So, now what do I have to do? I need to get both of those down again. Oh wait, no, but I need to get dynamite that's below me first. Okay. So now I have to get this gyro spinning. Yeah, see, that doesn't sound good when that happens. Oh, wrong direction. Yeah, we're just playing some Gyromite tonight, Insane. In this case, we need to make this gyro spin so that we can place it on top of one of the buttons. Now we gotta go all the way to the left, or to the right rather, and pick up the other gyro. Okay, so with that, we're now over here. And what does that accomplish? So now I need to raise the red one again. Which just sucks, because it's like you have it spinning so beautifully, and then the game just wants you to ruin that. It's awful, just awful. Okay, but what I should do first, I guess. No! Ugh, okay, there we go. And yeah, all I can do now is unfortunately wreck that beautiful gyro that I have going like 100 miles an hour over there. And it kind of sucks because like, let me see here. Like, when you want to put the gyro down, but like he doesn't put it nicely back into the holder, so he just kind of drops it, and I really don't like that because I feel like it's probably not all that good for the gyro to just like drop it on the table. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna open up his hands here. Just nicely put that back. Okay. Alright, there we go. You suppose you can only spin one gyro at the same time. No, so, you know, they spin for long enough that you can actually get one spinning, put it down on the button, and then get the other one spinning, and you can have them both going. I've just not seen a point in the game where that makes sense at this point. Because as long as you can always hold one and push it down, and push a button down that way, you don't usually have to get them both spinning. So where do we want to go here? It's another case where we need to have red and blue pushed down at the same time, it looks like. Yeah, both sides here need red and blue pushed down. Wow, this is getting complicated. This is getting very complicated. So I'm thinking start with that bottom left one. And then the rest of them, red can be down. Okay, so I'm going to start with the bottom left. Kick the pumpkin. This is intense. It does not get more intense than Gyromite on the NES. Okay, so. So I actually could have stopped that guy. Okay. So that does that. And then I can come over here and do this. And then bring that one back up. So those two green guys are just stuck there now, I guess. Imagine if the screen went blank when you pause. Yeah, puzzle games definitely like to do that sort of thing. Tetris in particular. Listen to it go! That sounds dangerous. You're playing Mario Party 2. I'm trying to read your comment while also trying to operate R.O.B. Again, I multitask. Like, I can do 2 things at once. I'm doing 3 things at once right now. Playing the game, operating R.O.B., and trying to interact with the chat. So, I appreciate all of your, understanding. Okay, so now we got that. Now I actually have to... Unfortunately, huh? I can't just go to that middle thing because of that. If I raise the red one, I could get back up, but the red one again is spinning so beautifully. I don't want to mess with that. Ugh. Okay. again, I'm gonna do this. Okay. Sounds like a grinder, exactly. Okay, now that I've done that, I can put that back down again. And open it. And it keeps spinning! Like, it's still spinning, everyone! Look at that! That's awesome! Ugh. What am I even looking at here? Like, how... Like, was I supposed to bring a... Did I... Oh, I could have grabbed that way back there. Ah! I've screwed up the whole thing. The spinner's surprisingly really good. Yeah, and the fact that it still works so great, I love it. Actually, I'm stuck. Shoot. All because I didn't... Like, I don't see it. I don't see any way I can get back up now. Wow. I could have gone up and around, I guess. Darn. That's my bad. And am I just stuck now until time runs out? Like, I don't think there's a self-destruct button. There's like a go back to the menu button. But obviously I don't want... Oh, I could crush myself. Alright, everyone, get ready. Say bye-bye, Dr. Hector. Oh, that one's not long enough to crush you. Interesting. Yeah, I'd prepared myself for my impending doom. There you go. I guess it's easy enough to destroy yourself if you want to, so that's why they didn't put one in. But okay, that was my bad. That was me being dumb. Okay, so we want to lift that up. Sounds like he's constantly screaming in agony. There you go. So unfortunately, all that effort I put into spinning the spinner has been erased. We have to go through all of that again. So let's do it. When is Gyromite coming to Nintendo Switch Online? I'm surprised. You know, if Nintendo didn't try to bring Virtual Boy games back on the 3DS, I don't get my hopes up for them trying to bring back any of the other stuff that they did over the years. But you know, they at least acknowledge, I guess, that R.O.B exists because of things like Smash Brothers. Nice spin. You think the 3DS wasn't powerful enough for the Virtual Boy? Isn't that weird? Like, you couldn't even play Super Nintendo games without the new 3DS? Meanwhile, 3DS was powerful enough to have games like Ocarina of Time on it, so, you know, it's just... I'm sure there's technical reasons that are beyond my understanding, but there is a part of it that, like, it doesn't make sense. Alright, so unfortunately I have no choice here now but to do this. Maybe they could repurpose Labo. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with Labo. Oh, now there's two of them down there? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Okay, maybe I do get it. I can put this here. And there was, what, one more radish I can grab over there? So I'm going to bring both radishes here, and then I guess drop them both down. Try and get them both to eat at the same time so that I can run over there. This is... I felt so bad. There you go. You get 999 seconds for each level, but we're really using each second here. Okay, so... Okay, no, that's okay. That's okay. I was like, shoot. But no, that's okay that I fell there. Because I can come back up here. And it's so close against the wall that they're not eating it. Oh, they can both eat the same one. Well, now we know. How are you supposed to know that? How are you supposed to know that? Oh. Are the enemies randomly placed? I think they always start in the same spot, but where they go will depend on what gates are open and closed, right? And you're not always going to have the same gates open and closed. Whew. Okay, I need a second after that one. The Smicks really do multiply like rabbits. There you go. Kind of like how PS1 could run NES games, but not all that well. You can't play Minecraft unless you have a new 3DS. Isn't that funny? Game & Watch games on Nintendo Switch Online. Put everything on Nintendo Switch Online. Why not? Eating it together just like a loving couple. That's one way to look at it. But okay. Okay. What have we got going on here? So it looks like the first thing I want to do probably is put the blue one down. I'll pick up this guy. Ooh, it's not the button I want. So, something that was established at the beginning of the stream is that when you're on pause, if you press start, it exits you from the game and takes you back to the main menu, which is really scary. Always knowing that at any moment I could accidentally press a combination of buttons that will result in me, you know, being exited from the game. Not Nintendo's brightest decision, but it's a decision. Okay, so just gotta repeat all those steps again now. See, I would agree with that, Yeast Bunny, but Nintendo has, like, I mean, they literally just made, like, 2 physical Game & Watches, but I would love, like, a modern Game & Watch gallery. That would be so cool. And I don't just mean, like, a collection of Game & Watch games, I mean, like, the whole Mario theming, modern mode, all of that from the older Game & Watch games. Like, Game & Watch Gallery 4 is awesome. Now, make something like that on a modern console, oh, it would be good. Blockfrog, have I ever beat this game? No! This is probably the farthest that, like, 99% of people who have ever played this game have gotten. Game & Watch Gallery 5 needs to exist, exactly. You had Taco Bell taco and half a Mexican pizza. I just watched Demolition Man, where in the future, Taco Bell is the only restaurant that exists. Remember that. So you better learn to like it. What am I doing here? Okay, looks like we want to lower the blue gates. So let's do that. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. Nintendo released the Mario and the Zelda Game & Watch. Meanwhile, neither of them actually had the Mario Game & Watch game or the Zelda Game & Watch game on the Game & Watch. Like, what? And I get the Zelda Game & Watch was a dual screen, so that'd be kind of hard. But they could have even put, like, Mario Cement Factory or something on the Mario Game & Watch. That would have been cool. What am I doing? It looks like I'm just raising the blue one. And that lets me get in here. Okay, the rest looks pretty self-explanatory, I think. There we go. Only Taco Bell existing in the future. You have to wonder what the sewers are like in the future. Well, Demolition Man answers that too. Demolition Man with Sylvester Stallone. Pretty cool movie. Check it out. It's a window into what we can expect from our own lives in 10 years. Hopefully not, but you never know. These days, you never know. Yeah, it's extremely hard to unlock Yeast Bunny, but it is indeed in there. You can play the Zelda Game & Watch Gallery 4. It was too low for Game & Watch Mario and Zelda to look good. Interesting. Yeah, those mini keychain Game & Watches, those were neat. But okay, so looks like my earlier steps here are kind of determined for me. I don't know why they thought that was so clever, making you jump off of pipes like that. It feels awful. I am going to try and mush this guy. I would rather keep my radish with me. That was not good timing. Oh, he is determined to come and kill me now. Okay, well, that's how that goes. Is he going to get crushed? No, he wasn't in the right spot for it. The more of those guys we can eliminate, the better. Uh-oh, 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 don't come get me, don't come get me! Okay. Oh, he's eating that radish, okay. What is over there? Do I even need to go over there? No, I don't. Oh, wrong button. Like, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh, he walked off of it. That's not fair. Right, now we gotta be quick because he can finish eating that thing. Now where's he going? I can't see him. He's just gone? Okay. I guess. And this is just like a lot of really like this level is not clever. It's just a lot of really repetitive movements. Yes, I've done a whole bunch of different Game & Watch reviews, so if that's the sort of thing you're looking for, my channel is the place to be. Feel free to check them out. Oh. If I go down there, I can't go anywhere else. So I have to go to that right one first. And again, you know, it makes you raise this pipe and do like a really awkwardly timed jump off of it. Like, that's scary. Alright, there you go. Whew. Level 19 out of 40. We're almost halfway there. Oh, what is even happening now? Do you actually have to, like, jump from ropes in mid-air? This game gets brutal. I mean, I guess they had to come up with something to fill 40 levels with. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles would have had to leave Earth because they'd be stinking from the Taco Bell smell. Yeah, Yeast Bunny, I played Game Boy Gallery on my channel before. I did an unboxing of it, and, you know, I checked out each of the games. Very strange considering that even came out before the Game & Watch Gallery games. So what am I doing? That top one's easy enough to get. The bottom one's easy enough to get, so I guess that's just where we start. Oh no, 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 no! No, I should have got the one at the bottom first. Ah. Because now I can't get back up. So, sorry, Dr. Hector. Nothing personal. Boom. Wow, JV, Game & Watch Judge. I don't have Judge. That's really cool. My experience with Judge comes from Game & Watch Gallery 3, where that's an unlockable game, so very cool. Game & Watch Gallery's version of Flagman ended up being reskinned and put into Wario Land 2 of all things, as like the very last thing you unlock in that game. It's so random. But again, I've talked about Wario Land on the stream already. I had so much fun 100%ing Wario Land 2 back in the day. There's just so much there, like 50 levels. It's awesome. Yeah, when I unlocked that, I was like, what? That's ridiculous. But okay. This was an easy level, and I regret having taken a death on it. Oh, well, I guess. I mean, I say it's an easy level. We're gonna have to do some ridiculous jumps here. I have no idea how this works. Can I just, like, hold right? Alright, there we go. You think it's funny how Mario Land turned into Wario Land, and yet now Wario doesn't get any platforming games anymore, which is such a shame because I love the Wario Land games. In case I haven't established that in the stream enough already, Wario Lands just like blew Mario Land out of the water, so I don't blame them for continuing to make more Wario Land games after that. But yeah, I would love to see a new Wario Land game. That is something that would definitely catch my attention. What am I doing here? Okay. Now what do I want to do? See, this is why, if I had just thought about it for a couple seconds longer in the last level, I wouldn't have made that dumb mistake. So, if I go left, I can easily get that one. When the blue pipes go down, that green guy's coming out, so you gotta watch out for that. I can easily get that dynamite on the left side of the screen. I can easily get that one that's in the middle there. And if I proceed, but no, I need to get this one that's up here. So maybe I've got it backwards. I'm supposed to go the other way through the level. If I go right, then I get that one. I drop down, climb up that rope. Okay, so you gotta go clockwise. Got it. Kind of makes you wonder if Super R.O.B was considered at some point. Well, considering that 2 of the NES launch games were R.O.B games, and then they never released another R.O.B game after that, I would assume that Nintendo probably didn't have much more faith in the product, but you always wonder if, at some point maybe they had a third R.O.B game in mind. Would have been cool to see what they might have thought of. Super Princess Peach is a great game, yeah. Definitely doesn't get the recognition it deserves. Now there'll probably be Professor Hector Land. There you go. Okay. So, in this case, is there another radish coming up? Okay, there is. So I can use this one on this guy. Oh. How many more Smicks are there? Okay, there's enough radishes to deal with all of them. Actually, yeah, I can do a thing like that. Boom! I'm gonna say Starfy now, because that Super Princess Peach and Game & Watch were all developed by Tose. What is up with Starfy? 5 games, and they localized the last one, which from what I've heard from people, is one of the not as great ones. Like, I've, my experience with Starfy is I fan-translated the first game, which is kind of floating around out there, but it's not the final version. The final version's been kind of held back because of some technical and graphical things, but the translation is done, and I did the vast majority of that. So I played through the entirety of Starfy 1, which was really fun. But I hear that 4 and 5 on the DS weren't as great, but I own 2 and 3 as well, which I've been meaning to give a playthrough someday. Yeah, Blockfrog, you'll find a few things related to translations on my channel. I translated the WiiWare Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Yeah, I've translated a few things, which you might be interested in checking out. Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon for PlayStation 1. Yeah, used to do some fan translating back in the day. What are we looking at here, though? Did I know they were going to make a Donkey Kong Country 4 on the DS? Interesting. You 100% completed Starfy 1 entirely in Japanese, actually. Yeah, it's definitely doable. Very. Yeah, Starfy was a really fun game. And you definitely feel the Wario Land elements in there a little, which is funny because Wario actually shows up in Starfy 3 as like a cameo. But Starfy definitely reminded me a lot of the Wario Land game. So I need to check out 2 and 3 at some point for sure. But what am I doing? What am I doing? That one on the left has to be the last one because you're not getting out of that hole. None of this looks too difficult. It's just a matter of not getting killed in the process. You wonder what Japanese people think of Star Tropics. Wait a minute. No, okay, we're good. Yeah, because Star Tropics was never released in Japan, so like, are they fascinated by it? You know, being a game that never came out over there, because, in North America, or even Europe, I suppose, we're always fascinated by the games that never got localized. I've looked a little bit, into what Japan thinks of some games like that, but I never usually find too much written about them. Where are they going? Okay, so they're coming this way. Interesting. Like, are they just running back and forth? This is weird. Thankfully, they don't seem to turn around once they're going in, like, one direction. So I can just sneak behind them like that. And will they come down or will they just go left again? Okay, they'll just go left again. Good to know. Oh, right, but I'm not done. I need to go back still. I hesitated. Because I was like, what if they stop eating right when I go by? One second, I got lots of comments to check out there. Thank you for your patience here. Looks like we've cleared this level. I think so. Please tell me that was the last one. Okay, very good. We have Starfy series, which was only released in Japan for most of its entries. Star Tropics, the first game was released in the US and Europe, but second only in the US. Devil World would be the easiest to add to Nintendo Switch Online, really. They already have an NTSC ROM entirely in English. I guess the problem with that is Nintendo's afraid to use the word devil. Like, it's funny that it was like one of Miyamoto's earliest games, and he used a word in the title that Nintendo is like super against now. Have I ever seen a Japanese YouTuber review Star Tropics? You know what? Right after the stream, that's going to be one of the first things I do, is look up that. I feel like years ago I looked it up, but it's possible there's something more recent. Yes, in Japan, DKC games are among the highest sold games ever. No, please, don't shut up about Donkey Kong Country. You know I love it. I wouldn't have done like 40 different Donkey Kong Country Let's Plays if I did not love the game. Okay, so what it looks like we want to do here is lift this. Like that. Can I mush that guy? I'm gonna try. Oh, too late. Oh, I got him just in time. There we go. You think the religious imagery is why Devil World never came out in America? But it came out in Europe, right? Like, that's the dumbest part, is that it came out in Europe. But not North America. Like, what is that supposed to mean? But okay. So, it's smooth sailing now until the end, it looks like. It's gotta raise the red gates. No, it's not smooth sailing. I need to push both of them down at the same time. So for the first time in a while, it's spinner time. Nintendo of America was super against religious imagery at the time. Yeah, it's like, even like a cross. Like, you're not allowed to have a cross. It's so weird. But what game was I just playing that had a cross in it? I think Hideline, right? Hideline had a cross. Didn't seem to worry about that. The butchered version of the Fire Temple's music. Now, the original gold cartridge release of Ocarina of Time, I believe, still had the original imagery and music. But it was like the gray cart releases after that where they changed it. I own a gold cart version of Ocarina of Time. I should play through it sometime. The most recent way I played Ocarina of Time was actually the Master Quest version. That was cool to check out. I know it was also included on Ocarina of Time 3D, but I didn't like how they mirrored the overworld map. I cannot stand just mirroring a map for no reason, so when you play Master Quest on the GameCube, the special GameCube disc that came out, thankfully the overworld is not mirrored, so I enjoyed that. Oh, your N64 Great Card has the original music. Interesting. See, look, now I have the red doors pushed down, but you don't want that. So I'm gonna take this gyro. Twilight Princess Master Quest is just the Wii version. It's funny, I've only beaten it on the GameCube, so, you know, you're kind of right. Actually, did I move the, shoot. Hopefully I didn't do that too recently. There we go. Also a good chance to take a quick drink. Interesting extreme wreck. Yeah, they've released other like games that weren't released in North America on Nintendo Switch Online, so it would be cool to have Devil World on there someday. I have a friend who had the computer game Diablo, and there was like a Spanish family, so the mother went into his room and saw the game called Diablo, and she like freaked out and threw it in the garbage. So, you know, some people just really, the devil is like a big no for them. But okay. Have you heard Banjo-Kazooie Jiggies of Time? Just got a copy, literally going through... yeah, I have seen that. Like, do you mean you got, like, a physical copy of it? That's pretty cool. Alright, let me see what we got going on here. Oh, I should have tried to mush that guy. That would have been sweet. Oh, I'm gonna have to get one spinning, actually. There we go. Problem solved. Yeah, it's a very good strategy to place a radish where you can then crush the guy. But okay, looks like we're spinning again. Reminds you of the cancelled Game Boy port of Diablo? I don't think I'd heard about that. Remember when there was an attempt at porting Diablo? Yeah, I don't remember that, no. Oh, that's awesome. It's funny, because I remember there was a time when... Okay. When it was said that, one second here. That Nintendo 64 ROM hacks wouldn't work on real hardware. I've been considering getting a N64 flash cart so that I can play N64 ROM hacks on real hardware. Like, there's some Mario 64 ROM hacks that would be cool to play. So if we're at a point now where N64 hacks can be played on real hardware, I'll definitely consider that. Very cool. Well, you know, originally, Deadly Towers was going to be called Hell's Bells, but Nintendo made them change it to Deadly Towers. You wonder how much more people would like the game if it had been called Hell's Bells. Hellfighter? I haven't played that one. There we go. You have a Game Boy flash cart. Nice. The first flash cart I ever got back in the day was a Nintendo DS flash cart, and I told the story about how it wasn't because I wanted to play Nintendo DS games, but it was because I wanted to play NES games on the go. And a time before there were, like, you know, virtual console eShops and all that. Just want to make sure. So yeah, I bought a Nintendo DS flash cart so that I could play NES games anywhere I went. And not for the DS piracy. Okay, what are we doing here? Like, do I need that radish down there? I feel like it couldn't hurt. Now what do I do? That's it? Like, this was... this was, like, easier than level 1. I feel like there was something about it that was supposed to be difficult, but I missed it. Unless I missed a dynamite somewhere. Is this the start of invisible items? Thankfully, no. Nowadays, you can play DSiWare on a DS flash cart, even on an original DS. Oh, that's awesome! I didn't know that. I will look into that. Thank you. How many levels are in this game, asks Diego. 40 levels are in Mode A. And there's a Mode B, but I don't know how much of Mode B we're gonna touch. We might be here, you know, till after Christmas if we go through all that. So we might just be touching on Mode A today. Daytel's PS1 accessory that allowed you to play Game Boy games on it. I think I've seen that. Isn't that weird? Okay, so let's see. What have we got in this level? If I put the red one down, I can grab that first dynamite, so that sounds like a good idea. Now what do I do? I feel like I have to run into that middle thing sooner than later. Because, yeah, what happened? Okay. Okay. Because what I'm seeing is there's those two radishes in the middle there, right? You need those in order to get to that dynamite there. Unless I pick up this one to the left and take that with me. But basically, the less radishes that these guys eat, the better, is the impression I'm getting here. So, just trying to calculate this all in my brain. Like, then I can do a thing like that. Now, hopefully they don't get to that second radish. Do I need to move any more red gates? Not really. I need to move a blue one, though. Okay, because, yeah, this radish in my hand is probably going to have to be used for this guy? Don't go down. Okay. And I'm protected from both sides now, regardless of which way they try to walk. Is that it? That's it! Is it infinite stages in Game B? No, actually, Stage B has 25 phases, so we would be done Phase B if we had been playing that instead. But we're playing Phase A, which is definitely, I think, what Gyromite's most known for. No enemies in this stage? Weird. Okay, so what do I want to do? That one in the bottom left has to be the last one you get, right? Because if you drop down there, you're not getting back out. So it's like a trick to make you think, oh, I'm gonna drop down and grab it. Like, that's pretty much the most difficult part of this game is, you know, they trick you into going to somewhere where you're stuck. Otherwise, I think that's been like the majority of our deaths. Now what do we do? So I think we need to get red and blue pushed down at the same time. It looks to me like we want the spinning one to be on blue. So we're going to have to do some dancing with the red ones. So, okay. Still waiting for Mock Rider to be on Switch Online. Yeah, like, there are just some really random black box games that have not been added to Nintendo Switch Online yet. Someone earlier said that the recent 10-yard fight has not been put on yet. It's because of licensing issues. Is that because the word Super Bowl is in that game? And like, you're not allowed to use the, you know, the name Super Bowl anymore without paying royalties? They could just change that to like Ultra Bowl or something. Block Frog, yeah, it is a pretty cool game. PD, get it together, Rob. Game is better with two human... Oh, shoot. I'm looking at the chat. I went too far. I mean, yeah. Obviously, we could probably be done by now if either I had someone helping or if I was just doing both controllers myself. But we're trying to play it the way it was made. For better or for worse. But thank you everyone who's stopping by the stream. Hope you're all doing well. If you like, you know, random retro games, retro game random ridiculousness, please consider checking out my other content and even leaving a like and subscribing if you want to see more. Can I make it? No, 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 no! Whoa, did you see that? Did you see that? They actually touched. Like, wow. And it didn't stop. Shoot, I should have planned more what the heck I'm supposed to do. Okay, so... Did I screw up? No. I didn't. I don't think. Okay, so I think now if I do this, I can do this. And that's the last one, right? I'm not doing that again. So that level actually had no enemies, but it was a pretty good puzzle level. Whew. Oh, it was with IRAM. Interesting. Well, is that like, Rare worked on Slalom, right? So that's probably why that hasn't been released. So I get it. Oh, no! Whoa. Wait. Okay, yeah, blue is pushed down because it's still spinning on it. Got it. Alright, what's the plan for this level now? Oh, that makes sense, Extreme Wreck. Very interesting. You want Banjo-Tooie and Diddy Kong Racing? Haven't they been, like, confirmed or leaked or something that they're coming next year? Because, yeah, I'm looking forward to Banjo-Tooie as well. Both of those will be great for multiplayer. Oh, no luck yet for anyone in Japan who's talked about Star Tropics. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go left. And work my way up and around clockwise, I guess. Okay, so let's take this and put it back. Let me see. Here works. Yeah, I might go put it there. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Actually, and then again. So if you want to save time, while you're waiting for Rob to do all his stuff, you can actually, like, pause the game. Like, get Rob to start moving and then press select. But don't accidentally press start when you unpause. That's the scary part about that, I guess. But okay. Let's get these guys spinning. Let me see. Wonder if Rob will appear in the Super Mario movie. Oh, that would be great, right? I feel like it's a very, very good possibility. Yeah, RC Pro-Am. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, you get weird ones like the Immortal and stuff, and yet, you know, there's a lot of titles you would think would be on Nintendo Switch Online that aren't. Okay, so now if I do this... Oh, it doesn't even go that high. No! I wanted him to drop straight down, but he went right instead by accident. Whew, okay, well that was not what I wanted. One life left in phase 27, but you can continue from anywhere you want, so... You know, game over is not what we're really worried about. Ugh, but now this is a weird situation to be in. Yeah, it's really weird that the Battletoads games, like Battletoads original was also on the Genesis. Is that gonna spin? Maybe what we can do is let's actually close that up. We might as well respin it. Let me see. Rare games on the Genesis. Yeah, exactly. You know, Battletoads original, Battletoads Double Dragon. Listen to it hum. Blue Hedgehog Man 17, good evening. Hope you're having a great night. Thanks for stopping by the R.O.B stream. One of the silliest things you'll probably ever see on YouTube. And again, I think I'm the first person to ever actually stream this game with R.O.B. Which, you know, that's a thing to put on your old resume, I guess. Could you imagine writing up a resume and it just being like things you've accomplished in video games? I beat all the levels in Gyromite. I beat Battletoads without any cheat codes. And I beat Deadly Tower. It's all the ridiculous things you've done in video games. I collected all 180 emblems in Sonic Adventure 2. I would hire someone who gave me that resume. So how many more dudes do I have to deal with? Or can I just, like, drop this on him now? Yeah. Yeah, what I should... Okay, here's the smart way to do this. You drop this like this. Aha! There you go. And that's how you avoid the enemy. But okay, what else do I need to do here? I need to stand on top of red ones. Okay, so this is weird. So I need to do this like that. And then I can go to the left. I'm doing maneuvers now with the spinning one. I love that you can pick it up and it keeps spinning. Like, this game was engineered really well. As unpopular as it may be, it's well made. I have to give it that. And is that it? Is that the last dynamite? I think so. Exactly 200,000 points. Jetpack is playable emulated on Donkey Kong 64 along with the original Donkey Kong arcade. Donkey Kong 64 was the very first place I ever played the Pie Factory level of Donkey Kong arcade. Like, I cannot believe that they couldn't get that into the NES version. Because I feel like the most common way people have played the original Donkey Kong is the NES version. So it's a real shame that they couldn't get all of the levels in there. Did I once hear that they actually released an updated version of Donkey Kong in Europe that had all of the levels in it? Or did I make that up? Or was that like a ROM hack or something? I wonder. Oh, thank you, Blue Hedgehog Man 17. Yeah, Gyromite's definitely not the most common game out there, but everybody knows R.O.B now, of course, because of his inclusion in Smash Brothers and Mario Kart DS. Is R.O.B a playable character in the newer Mario Kart games? Like, I feel like he's not, but why would they get rid of him? What did R.O.B do to deserve to be outcasted like that? Donkey Kong 64 is too bloated. Yeah, I can agree. Okay, what's the strategy for this level? We're gonna go... No, that left side of the screen... Let me see, actually. Let me see here. Okay, when that's all the way up, we can get back up here. So I think we're gonna do those 3 dynamites on the left. Climb over this guy to the right. And then we're gonna have to jump down and do a whole bunch of shenanigans over there. Okay. You can't believe they haven't re-released the Pie Factory NES Donkey Kong ROM, right? Like, oh my goodness. Like, that's... I don't know. Add it to the list of things Nintendo does that don't make any sense. Yeah, Donkey Kong 64 is kind of a mess. I love it. I loved it growing up, and I love it to this day just because of how, like, ridiculous it is, but it's also... It was a few years back. I tried to replay it, and I think I made it to Frantic Factory. After I beat Frantic Factory, which is my favorite level, I kind of stopped. My bad. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What is happening? Is this guy gonna... Okay. Alright, so is he kind of like stuck there now, or what? And that's it. We beat the level. So far, no invisible items like were mentioned in the instruction manual. I'm kind of scared, though, if they ever do show up, so I'm kind of hoping they don't. Cool FX Pro YTP, welcome! Hope you're having a great night. R.O.B's not in the new ones, why? That's so random. Why would they get rid of R.O.B? It seems like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe has everything else. How about Donkey Kong Atari 2600 port? Donkey Kong on a television, Donkey Kong on ColecoVision. You can play a lot of weird versions of Donkey Kong Country. Of the original Donkey Kong. But how about when they ported Donkey Kong Country to the Game Boy Color? Talk about crazy ideas. And not only that, but they added a new level to it, which is now exclusive to that version of the game. Has never been, like, reincorporated. Like, I don't even think it was in the Game Boy Advance version, which would have made sense. But, again, not everything makes sense, I guess. But what's going on here? What is this level all about? What am I looking at? So it looks like there's no reason to not start by going to the right. So we're going to pick this up. I guess that guy's going to come and corner us. But because we picked up the radish, we have a way to get out. Like, see? So we can do... Actually, I should have put it under the red thing. I could have mushed him good, but hopefully we'll be fine. If you look at my channel, I believe I actually did play that bootleg years ago. Like years and years and years ago. I believe I played Super Donkey Kong 99 on my channel. So if you look through my content, it's going to be really old and the quality is probably not going to be that great. But you may find exactly what you're looking for. Oh, do I need to get both of them spinning for this? It looks like I do. So alright. And let me just see one thing here. Yes. Yes, that's correct. Okay, so that, lift this guy up. Yeah, Block Frog, that's actually what I played. I played a physical version of Donkey Kong Country 99 on my channel. I also played through the NES port, or rather the Genesis port, of Super Mario Bros. 1 on the Genesis. But those were quite a few years back. And I realized that there's a decent amount of my older content that's not the highest quality, so I don't blame people who don't go back and like watch all my older stuff. I've actually been considering... Oh, wrong button. Let me see here, that was A. I also played the NES port of Sonic the Hedgehog, but that's a super old video. That's like 10 years old we're talking there. Taiwan is where the NES port of Mario World comes from. That's another game I Let's Played on my channel. So if you fall down there, you're just dead. Like, literally. Unless there's invisible items over there. So, nice to know. Select to get out of that. Alright, so we're gonna... You think Nintendo would never re-release this game because of the flashes? That's right. NES games just did not care. They flash like all over the place. But then when they re-released them, like what the Wii did was all of the Wii games have like a grayer, dimmer screen so that any flashing is not as bright, and unfortunately it makes a lot of Wii Virtual Console games look not that great. Everything just looks so dark, like there's something wrong with your TV. And now what they do is they just kind of like blur the screen instead of flash. But I don't know, I like the flashing effect. As someone, you know, who grew up with that, it's like it doesn't feel right if it's not flashing in your face. Steadman GG. Oh, that's great to hear that someone improved the Sonic bootleg. When I Let's Played the Mario World bootleg on my channel, I played the improved version just for fun. So yeah, it's good to hear that people, you know, take those bootlegs and patch them up, because they're not the worst games, and especially with some improvements like that. You know, it's all good. Yes, I did say it was from China. That's correct, but from Taiwan, yes. It lasted through the 3DS and Wii U as well? Ouch. I didn't really buy many NES Virtual Console. I mean, I guess I had the Ambassador program on the 3DS. So those are pretty much the only NES games I bought. Or rather, downloaded. Okay, what am I looking at here? What am I looking at? I think this is level 30, so... we're over 2 hours now, and we're about 3/4 of the way through the game. Oh... Okay, what are we looking at? Your first move is important, so we don't want to screw it up. But I think my first move is just, I'm going to fall down this hole, get that dynamite. I'm going to grab a radish, get that dynamite. This doesn't look that hard, which kind of scares me, as it feels like I'm maybe missing something that I won't realize until it's too late, but we'll see. Like, that guy's down there now. Okay. That was probably the easiest level yet. Okay. Lockfrog, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great night. Yeah, and thank you everyone who's here checking out the stream, the world's first ever Gyromite stream, actually using R.O.B the robot. You are here as history unfolds. Wait a minute, this level looks familiar. Although maybe not. Maybe it's a little bit different. This is level 31 now, so we're officially over 3/4 of the way through. So it's there's not much variety at this point. It feels like they're kind of just doing the same thing over and over again. Which, I mean, there's only so much you can do with this kind of concept. I remember getting a copy of Wrecking Crew and then buying it again on Wii Virtual Console when it came out a week later because you enjoyed it so much. Nice. Blue Hedgehog Man 17. You stepped away for a minute and now everyone's talking about bootleg games. You know, Gyromite is just that dry that it makes you want to play bootleg games. Now, this is cool. I really like this, but I will admit that it's a bit repetitive. Like, I think this is a really cool game. It's a cool concept, but I can understand why it wasn't like the talk of the schoolyard back in the day. Tropics of the Stars. If Star Tropics being released in Japan, it would likely have a katakana title. So you're searching the literal translation. Like, I'm assuming you probably got that from like Google Translate. Probably isn't going to come up with much. You're going to have to search its katakana name. Like, let me see here. Like, when you do this. Like, if you search using this, that's Star Tropics in Japanese. And just searching that already, I found a lot of stuff. But okay, back to the game. So what do I want to do? So I gotta go here. Oh, you're welcome, Extreme Wreck. Okay, so what do? We do a thing like that. And I have to repeat it once again. They give you enough radishes, which is really nice. It's never like, you know, you get like one radish and you need to decide what to do with it. They always litter the levels with like 3 of them, which is very good. So I'm gonna have to do 2 there to get out. It's interesting. Maybe? Wait a minute. Okay. If I go right now, I'm never getting back to the left, so I actually have to do this. If you're just looking for Japanese titles of names, one thing that's usually pretty good is going to Wikipedia. And they'll give you what it's called in Japanese, or in the case of Star Tropics Wikipedia page, it probably doesn't. But then you can go to the Japanese version of the page, the Japanese language version, and copy it from there. If you're just looking for a way to quickly look up what a game's name is in Japanese. What is this guy even doing? So, okay, I'm supposed to go to the right now. But before I do that, let's get this guy spinning. Oh! Too high! My eyes are starting to dry out from staring at the screen for so long. I forget what differences the Japanese N64 Zelda games had over there. But I feel like they had some interesting differences. Okay. What I should do is I should put like a thing there. Alright, we're doing this the pause trick way. Because that guy's gonna come up and destroy me otherwise. Alright, there we go. Well, what if there's no Japanese Wikipedia page to go off of? Then yeah, you just gotta know how to figure it out then, I guess. Okay, what am I looking at now? So we can go here and get this, pick up this. Because you can start at any phase you want in this game, it definitely feels like a good game to play in multiple sittings. Because yeah, it's a brain buster, and also an eye dryer outer. But okay, let's see. So you can go down to the right now, and then I'm gonna have to climb up there. Okay, seems simple enough. Oh, but now I have to lift the red one as well. Okay. So we're gonna wanna... I always move the table, unfortunately, when I do that, so just let me fix that. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, I think this is level 32, so... apparently in Japan, Star Tropics is a crappy games done quick. Really? Either that or maybe some of them do like Star Tropics. Who knows? Interesting. Okay, so... and then I want to go to the left. And before this guy falls, let's pick it up. Perfect. Okay, so now what's to the right? That's all the bombs that are left, so if I drop this and they start eating it, I win. Hurry up, guy. Come on. Start eating. Okay. Good. Ugh. We're so close. We're almost done. So I hear that the text in Star Tropics is really compressed to save space. So from anyone I've talked to about the potential of doing a Japanese Star Tropics translation, it sounds like a lot of reprogramming would need to be done. You're actually subscribed to a Japanese YouTube channel that plays racing games and is also a fellow Sonic fan. Nice. Very cool. Alright, so how do you do this? It looks like we have to start by going to the left, which means we'll need to do this. One enemy in this stage. So just 2 more dynamite. Wow. I don't understand. Like, there's no consistency in the difficulty of the levels. Like, we had some really tough ones in, like, you know, around the 10s. And now here we are in, like, the 30s. And this is, like, what's difficult about this? I say as I'll probably get destroyed by an enemy. Oh. Aha! That's why I picked that up. Okay, another level down. Phase 34 out of 40. What am I looking at? So that guy's going to drop down there. And he's going to eat that radish. I need to put the blue door down. So now I should put the red one down and get that. And then ride it back up to get that. Actually, I can just put the red door down and get 2 birds with 1 stone, it looks like. So this is actually the last NES game that I need to beat that starts with G. Looking at the list, you know, G had some great games. It had Gauntlet, it had Ghost Lion. The beginning is good before it gets really tedious. Ghosts and Goblins, I streamed that one. That was fun. G.I. Joe was great. The Goonies 2, one of my favorite NES games now. Golgo 13, The Guardian Legend, which I had beat years ago. You know, Gradius. Gremlins 2 was fun. Gunsmoke. Gyrus. Gunnack. G is just a great letter for NES games. Like, at least half of them are like, I would rate really high up, you know, on my NES rating list. H was another story. H had like Hook, Hudson Hawk, Home Alone 1 and 2, Heavy Shreddin', Hunt for Red October, unfortunately. So H was not great, but G is like, if you could only, you know, if you got stuck on a deserted island and you can only take NES games with you that start with 1 letter, G is a good candidate. G is a very good candidate. Oh, the last level said Nint. I'll admit that I'm focusing so much on the level that I didn't even see that. That would actually would have been really cool. Rad Racer 2 by Squaresoft was made exclusively for North America. Casino Kid 2 is another like weird a North American only sequel, and it's like, why? Why did they feel the need to make that only for North America? But yeah, North American only games fascinate me a lot as well. Just as much as like, actually, I guess what I'm supposed to do here is probably do this. Oh yeah, in Japan they take, you know, English classes, just as in, you know, North America, just as in Canada, we took French growing up in elementary and high school, and I don't know, in the US, do you take Spanish classes in elementary school? So they learn English for sure. The quality of the English education's debatable, but it's definitely there. Okay, so I'm gonna let that guy walk by. No need to rush this when we got 800 seconds to spare. I think that was the only guy. If there's another guy, I'm dead. But there wasn't! Alright, level 34. You only get English in elementary, Christian. Interesting. Anthony. Oh, let me just pause here for a second. Can't say for every school, but for you, Spanish wasn't a class until middle school. And even then, it was optional. You could take French as well. Interesting. Very interesting. In North America, when I went to elementary school, you learned French from grade 1 all the way up until grade 9. It was like a required thing that you were taught. But now I believe it's changed since I was in elementary school. And now in like grade 5, they start French. And then it's still optional after grade 9. So yeah, things like that work different ways in different countries for sure. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? If I... If you were really fast, I probably could have got out of here before he came down. Oh, he's not even coming down. Thank you, good sir. That guy's gonna get crushed? Not quite. Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Anthony. Thank you so much for sticking around the stream. LR confusion in Japan because L and R... Oh, yes, yeah. There's definitely some moments like that for sure. Okay, what am I looking at here? I need to drop down, get that dynamite, and then to the right, we're gonna have to do a double. We're gonna have to do a spinner one. Okay, interesting. If I could defeat this guy with this red pillar, It would save me a lot of grief. Oh. And now there's a second guy, too. We have lots of time, so I'm just gonna kind of try and do a thing like this. I could even just, like, use my finger. Make it real accurate. There you go. One more. This is probably, like, wearing out R.O.B big time. Ugh! Just making him go up and down, up and down. Alright, now hopefully we should have nothing to worry about as we figure out this last part here. So, spinner time. I think I'm safe if I stand here. I don't think anything should crush me. Like, you really want to leave it in the spinner for a while, because if you take it out too soon, it won't spin well enough to stay on the button. But that sound is concerning, and I fear something's going to combust. Okay, and A. Yeah, I can't do it. Come on the rope. I think that's it, right? Because once I drop down there, I'm not getting back out. Excuse my paranoia. We are on our last life, but again, you can continue from any phase you want, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But obviously, you know, your score goes back to 0, so we're racking up the world record high score here. Heck yeah. Okay, so both of them are pressed down right now, but I need to analyze this. So, start by going to the left or to the right? No, once... I was hoping to mush that guy. Is the less of... You know, he's like the only bad guy, right? So if he wasn't around, it would make things easier. But okay, I'm looking at this now. There's no way to get back to the right side from the left. So you have to do the right side of the map first. If I'm seeing that correctly. And I think we can do that. I'll drop down, get that first dynamite, go to the actual floor down there, get the second one, and then you can use the red... Okay. So I should be quick on this, because the fact that I still have a gyro spinning is actually giving me a bit of an advantage here. Just like that. Okay. I'm gonna take this from you, R.O.B. Okay, and that leaves these sections over here, where you still have to have them both down at once, so I'm actually going to have to get a gyro spinning again for this part. Oh, this is weird. Because I need to... Okay, so I need to actually do the bottom one first, and then I can do the other two. Okay, this is a bit of a strange setup, but I get it. Wrong button. I didn't miss anything over there. Okay. So R.O.B's been holding up pretty well. We're at level 36 now, so, you know, for 35 levels, he's been working well, you know. I was kind of afraid when I started the stream that this might be a lot of wear and tear on a 40-year-old toy. But so far, so good. Hello, Tuxedoverse. Welcome back. We're on level 36. Okay, so we need to get one spinning again. You like how I called R.O.B a toy? So here's the deal about R.O.B, is that he was created to give the Nintendo Entertainment System the impression that it was not a video game system. Nintendo wanted to distance themselves from the video game crash that had just happened a few years earlier. So of course they changed the Famicom's design. They make the front look more like a VCR rather than, you know, a top-loading video game console like all the others had been, except I guess the ColecoVision was a side-loading, but we'll excuse that. And, you know, they add R.O.B to it as well. It's not video games, you know. It's like a toy, right? So basically, Nintendo made a lot of decisions to try and, you know, distance themselves from the failure that was the video game crash and, you know, what Atari had done. But I guess, you know, R.O.B's an accessory is a more accurate way to put it. Okay, so now... Oh, but I'm still gonna have to... So once he drops down, I'm gonna make a run for it. Okay. So this is probably one of the longest, you know, most time-consuming levels we've played, actually. We're under 500 seconds. Oh, don't worry, I didn't think you were, like, sassing me or something. Andrew knows nothing about Nintendo. Alright. And the question is, should I put the spinning gyro back down, or should I keep holding it? Okay, I see a guy about to jump down and kill us. Like, look at that! If I had not recognized that immediately... we would be dead. That's some Battletoads level bullcrap right there. Whoa. And what I'm seeing is that we need to open up this gate immediately, because he's coming to get us. Okay. I think we're safe. So let's analyze the rest of the level now that that guy's out of the picture. Okay. Doesn't look... like anything too difficult, honestly. Looks kind of easy. I won't brag yet, but... Well, thanks for trying, Extreme Wreck. Yeah, when I went to the Nintendo World store and... Ooh. Okay. Ah! He was eating the thing! Okay, well, we can continue from there, thankfully. See, it says phase 37 up there, so you get infinite continues. Ugh. Too bad, so sad. We almost made the whole game without a game over, but we had a few dumb deaths in the beginning. You know, take those out and we could have made it. But he was eating the turnip, but I guess standing on, you know, the pipe messed that up. It's not right that when you're moving around, the screen doesn't scroll so that you stay in the center of it. Like, look how much of the screen I have in front of me compared to behind me. So that, what was it called? A smick? the funny name. They kind of appear out of nowhere when you're not ready for them. Yeah, R.O.B is my robotic operating buddy. That's right, Christian. And I said he's my new VTuber. Every stream now, you can expect to see R.O.B. I am not Andrew. I am a robot. I'll get a voice changer and all that. You know, like how the Japanese Wikipedia page explicitly says that it is on Nintendo Switch Online, but not in Japan. Like, come on. He was falling, no longer eating the food. I suppose so, right? So what did the world record Gyromite score end up being? It was like 272,000, I think. Which, you know, pretty good. So add whatever I get now to that, and you can see how high it potentially could have gone. But that's why I always press select. Like, I don't even know where that guy came from. But see, look how much of the screen is in front of me. Like, Nintendo, you can get scrolling right in Super Mario Brothers, but you put this in Gyromite? Kinda silly. Oops, wrong button. Like there, that level was not that hard. So I had one kind of mishap there and the whole thing went downhill. Okay, what's this all about? Well, it looks to me like this has to be the first one you get, because you're not coming back up here, that's for sure. Or you can, actually, from the left, it looks like. So if I go from the right, I can get that one, and then you get stuck. So that's no good. From the left, I can get the one on the left. I can get this one. What else do we want to do here? Well, that guy is in a spot. I can do this to get this one. And then, okay, easy peasy. Like, level 38 is no more difficult than the early levels of the game. Again, difficulty curve does not exist in Gyromite. Level 39, just 2 to go, everybody. We're so close now. We're so close, although this one looks complicated. But, you know, sometimes a level looks complicated and it's actually not. Okay, so I still have the red one pushed down, which is not good. I should fix that immediately. Where do I want to go from here? If I go to the left, I'm stuck down there and can't get back up. So it looks like you want to go to the right first. And do a few things over there. Okay, those guys are stuck. Interesting, interesting. So you can get back to the left side by climbing up the ropes and heading over there. Gotcha. I'm gonna put this here. Whoops, no, I was already over blue. What's up with Nintendo and ropes? Yeah, this guy he's like athletic as Donkey Kong Jr. and yet... Wait, oh, they're just gonna... Sure, thank you for leaving me alone. Now we gotta put red back down. Is this guy coming to get me? Should I pause while we're waiting for R.O.B to move? Probably. Okay. And now from here, just Just gotta go to the left. And that's level 39! One more level! Yeah, I've checked out the Japanese Nintendo Switch Online, and there is no Star Tropics on there. Which makes sense, I guess. But okay, final level, everybody! This is it. This is the most difficult challenge in Gyromite. And I realized I just screwed up royally. Is you need to put that blue gate down before you jump down that hole. And if we can crush this guy in the process, I won't complain. There we go. That's what we should have done. Is he gonna climb up or down? Okay. It's kind of spooky for a second there. And of course, for the last level, we're gonna need to spin the gyros a little bit, which makes perfect sense. Wouldn't be a finale without that, so let's get this guy over to the spinner. So again, the way that the flashing on the screen works is that R.O.B is looking at the TV right now, and depending on the way that the flash happens is how R.O.B knows what to do. So it was mentioned that Gyromite could probably like not be released these days because, you know, flashing is kind of a big deal. Pikachu ruined everything. Am I going to stream Stack Up? Hey, when I get there, you never know. What is going on here? It's not for a little while in, you know, alphabetically. But I'm not against it. Not against the idea. Okay. So, dynamite there. And then I have to repeat all these steps again, which would be really silly. But I can't get back up after, so actually I have to do that. So this is actually a time challenge then. This is a lot of things to have to do, and not such a massive amount of time. Actually, what I should do is I should boost this guy up again. And the spinner. This is the final level of Gyromite, everybody. Wait. Wait. Oh, I got crushed. So that's the whole thing about this game is I'm looking over at R.O.B, going through my mind about all the things I need to do with him. I destroyed myself. But okay, we've got it figured out. We just got to do it right. Well, we can mush this guy too, I guess, if he wants it so badly. Actually, no. What we want... Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to go over to the spinner. Yeah, we need to go through this loop twice to get that dynamite above us and then get back to the right to do the rest of the level. And yeah, the clock is constantly going down, but you can pause like while the spinner is spinning up and while R.O.B is moving. So It's kind of a cheap way to, you know, conserve your time while also, I guess, leading to a better time bonus. Well, I don't know if it's that Star Tropics isn't so popular over there. Remember, there were 1,053 games released for the Famicom, so, you know, they have enough games to play over there already. And that's not including the disc system. So... Whoops, wrong button. And wrong button again. I'm getting nervous here. This is stressful. It's the last level, everyone. So, you know, it's like you could say, well, nobody here cares about Starfy or something like that, because as much as I thought Starfy was like a, you know, a series that everyone in the West was talking about and, you know, we're always wanted to play, it doesn't seem like it that much, actually. You know, it's got its niche fandom, but that's just how games that don't get, you know, localized releases work. Is they'll have their niche groups, but then to other people, it's like, no big deal. Exio, exactly! That's exactly a way to look at it. Except in North America, we really still care about Mother 3. It blows my mind that none of the Mother games have seen remakes or remasters. Like, you get the Game Boy Advance re-releases of Mother 1 and 2, and like, that's it. Like a Mother 1 remaster. Like, hello Nintendo, hello! Like, I don't know. I don't quite understand why Nintendo hates Earthbound so much. I really don't. And just think, we have to do this, like, again. We have to do this whole song and dance, like, 2 times. Oh shoot, I should be pausing, because, yeah, the time is just draining. And I really don't want to have to do it again. Okay, so, quickly, grab this. I'm not missing anything else on the left, right? Okay, so I can quickly run through here again. And I can lift that guy up. And I'm gonna... press start. Press A to take this. That back there nicely. Okay, so after all of that, we can finally explore what's going on in the right side of this level. Is there any enemies over here I have to worry about? No. Okay, how do I get to those? I have to push them both down again. Was that an enemy? Oh! I went into an area that you can't get back from. You have to go right first. We're doing it again. We're doing the level again. Shoot. Darn this final level. Darn it. Like, why can't this man jump? He can swing from rope to rope, but he can't jump. Not even one block. Not even one block. Ugh. Alright, this is the true final play of this level. And then we're done. Level 40, the final frontier. Please don't sue for copyright infringement. Okay. It doesn't help that Earthbound is also the name of an unrelated movie. Interesting. Alright, take care of that guy. Is that it for enemies? Or is now they're gonna be like a random one over there? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, you don't see many Star Tropics fan games. You don't see many, like, tributes to Star Tropics. You really don't see all that much to do with it. But you know what? The more time that goes on, the more happy I am that Star Tropics is kind of a series that's just left in the 90s, you know? It's just, like, if there was, like, a third one today or a remake or something, everyone would be, like, on their cell phones, posting the Facebook, or, you know, even today nobody uses Facebook. But, like, you know what I mean, right? It's like, I like that Star Tropics is a quirky game that you can go back and be like, that was the 90s. And Mother's kind of like that, too. But, you know, Mother's always had... Well, it's funny, Mother and Star Tropics both have, you know, futuristic elements added in with aliens and all that. But they still very much feel like 90s series, even though I guess Mother came out in the 2000s. Mother 3, sorry. And, you know, I guess Mother 1... Was Mother 1 80s? No. I think even the Japanese release was, like, early 90s, or was it 89? Something like that, but you know what I mean, right? Like, they're very much products of the times, where it feels like if they got entries these days, they would just be kind of smothered in modern stuff. Well, that almost mushed me. Milesluigi, welcome! Hope you're having a wonderful trip. Thanks for stopping by for the final level of Gyromite. So it's actually a good thing I just died and messed up, or else we would have been done by now. Might as well pick this guy up, why not? But yes, this is phase 40 out of 40, Milesluigi, in Game A. I don't think we're doing Game B tonight, because you can only take so much R.O.B at once. And Big Phil, welcome! Wow, everyone's showing up right at the end here for the grand finale. Why does the clock go down so fast, right? Like, I wonder, do you think 100 time units is actually like 1 minute? So you get 10 minutes to beat a level? The stream would actually be a pretty good way to measure that, using the you know, the timeline at the bottom. But thank you so much for everyone who stopped by and, you know, watched me play this obscure game. Again, I think I'm the only person who's ever actually streamed Gyromite playing it properly like this, so I hope you all learned something today. And, you know, you're a part of history now. Okay. Now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the pause trick. The time is just going down way too fast. And I'm going as fast as I can. Like, I don't think I've done a bad job on this level. Okay, so next thing we need to do is again. But I need to push the blue one down first. Okay, so we're gonna need to spin this guy. We did this once before where we put the spinning gyro on the blue button. But that's really scary because then you have to make a transfer over it to get to the red one. And I don't know how I feel about that. So it worked once before. Will it work again? And again, I have to pause while we're charging up the gyro because the time is just not there otherwise. Alright, we're going over to blue. I'm pausing in between each movement because... But remember, if you accidentally press the start button while you're paused, you go back to the main menu. Like, that is the biggest design flaw I think I've ever heard in my life. Just press the reset button on the console if you want to go back to that. Oh my god, look at the way it's spinning already. And I'm running out of time badly. Okay, let me see here. Okay, come on, let's get by it. Oh my god! Oh my god! Come on, go, R.O.B, go! Okay, now what do I have to do? Now what do I have to do? I need to take off the blue gyro because That's the one that's... I need to have that one move upwards so I can jump to the rope to the left. So to do that, I mean, I could just grab it. I could just go like yoink. But what I'm going to do... I'm going to do like a thing like this. And the music changes when you get under 100 seconds. Oh boy. This is extremely stressful to play, don't you worry. Okay. Just waiting for that gyro to stop spinning. In his hands. Slowly. So what I need to do now is I need to unpause, get him to lift up, and jump to the rope as this platform lifts, or else I get crushed. And then run to the dynamite in the bottom left, and I win. Done! Done! That is... This takes you back to phase 1. Not a congratulations, not a you did it, not a wow, you're amazing. Just like, level 1. Well, that's the entirety of Game A and Gyromite, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Wow. When was the last time you think somebody played through all 40 levels of Gyromite? Probably not in like 20 years or something. That was crazy, and thank you all so much for joining in. That was a blast. And then the fact it just dumps you back at level 1. So you could play forever until you max out the score at 999,990. What if you did it in one go? Ugh. The most you remember of Gyromite is Game B. Oh, don't even get me started. More stressful than Twister. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, that last level was fun. But I'm not sure it's possible if you don't pause. Like, it feels like that was just, like, a thing they intentionally make you do. Blue Hedgehog Man 17, thanks for stopping by the stream. That was great. But yeah, see, if you pause, and then you press start, it brings you back to here. And that's Game A of Gyromite. So I don't think we're going to push R.O.B anymore. He's worked really well. I'm actually impressed with, you know, how well he has worked. Let's go to direct mode and get him to open up. And I'll take that, thank you. And there you go, everyone. That was Gyromite. Time to go for a max score. Maybe someday, Phil. Maybe someday. If R.O.B is still working, like, you know, 10 years from now, maybe. That was wild. Thanks, Extreme Rec. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you all so much. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you're someone who just randomly found this because the algorithm recommended to it, I don't believe you, but in the case that actually is true, please consider liking and subscribing and checking out my other content, because I do a lot of just random retro game stuff, and you can be sure there's going to be a lot more of it in the future. But with that, thanks everyone. Hope you have a great Thursday night. Hope Friday's a quick day for you tomorrow, and then it's Christmas weekend. And we got New Year's coming up, so hope you all have a wonderful holiday. So thanks again for joining, and see you all later.